Hi everyone and welcome. And in today's video, I'd like to talk to you about how to set yourself up for phenomenons in the year 2019. So in the year 1992 or 93, I think I came across this book by Shakti Gawayan called Creative Visualization. And there was a chapter in the book which was on goal setting and goal achieving. And this was the first time that I was exposed to this idea of setting goals. And when I read it, I just loved it. And I loved it so much that I included that whole chapter in my Reiki manual when I used to teach Reiki in those days, and I started sharing it with everyone that I knew. I also started doing something with it, and what I would do was on New Year's Eve, I would sit down either on my own or I would sit with a group of friends and we would use that chapter to set goals. And it has been just incredible when I find those books in which I have written down those goals, or I find those pieces of paper on which I have written down those goals and I read through them. I find that at least 70% of them have all shown up, and others are on the way, or some of the others, they've just kind of fallen away, which means that I no longer would like to have them. Okay, now I don't call it so much as my goals exercise, but rather I call it my ask exercise. So today I'd like to share with you a new version of my ask exercise that I have been playing with in the past 1 year, which has been really creating a lot of magic in my life. Okay, and you're going to need a lot of pen and paper for this, or you can also work on your smartphones. Whatever it is, make sure that you keep pausing the video and you keep doing whatever I tell you to do. So this is more like a work video or a play video. Okay, cool. So this is about writing down your asks. Now feel free to do this little ask play as often as you would like to. Okay, but make a start on it today. You can have a beautiful book and you can call it like your magic diary, and you can write down all your asks in that. Just play with it in whichever way feels great for you. I still love to scribble around, but these days I do have a diary in which I am writing these things down. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to write down these 7 categories, and we are going to write down our asks about in each of these 7 categories. Okay, so excuse me, the first category is money. Okay, money or prosperity or abundance. Okay, number 1. Number 2 is business or career. Business or career. Number 3 is creations. Number 4 is relationships. Number 5 is lifestyle and travel. Number 6 is education or personal growth. And number 7 is fame and reputation. Okay, so you have now these 7 main categories. Okay, and what I normally like to invite people to do when they play with this little ask play is to have a target of writing down 100 asks. Okay, write down 100 asks. And I know this can be like a big stretch for you and you might really resist doing it, but I invite you to play with me and just go, oh, you know what, I'm going to write 100 asks. and don't judge your asks. Whatever comes up, write it down. Now the main thing about writing down these asks is, do not write down the asks based on the how to. So for example, if you write down the ask $1 million, you might be afraid of writing $1 million because you're like, but how am I going to get the $1 million? It doesn't matter. This is about just, infinite potential, infinite possibilities. So just write down 100 asks. So under money, write down at least 10 to 12 asks, because we have 7 categories. So you require, I think, about 12 to 13 asks in each category. So start writing down your asks. Just write down whatever comes up for you. Write down what is fun for you. Don't write down based on the how to, because if you look at the how to, you will kind of constrict yourself with it. Okay, makes sense? So pause the video here and write down your asks in each one of those in each one of these categories, and keep writing till you reach 100 in total. Okay, great. Pause the video and do it right now. Okay, cool. Now I assume that you have already written down your asks. You have written down your asks. You have your 100 asks written down. Okay, great. Now is one of the things which I'm doing a little bit new this in the past 1 year, and this has been absolutely magical for me. And this is like, for each ask, you ask yourself, what would it be like if this ask showed up? What would it be like if this ask showed up? So for example, if you are asking for $1 million, so you can go, oh, what would it be like if this ask showed up? Okay, cool. Then I could like quit my job because I don't enjoy my job anymore. Okay, so what would it be like if I quit my job? Oh, I would have freedom, I would have joy, I would have choice, right? So those 3 things, freedom, joy, and choice, take those 3 things and start a different page and write down on the top, my to be list. To be list. So we have all these to-do lists. Now I'm asking you to create your to be list. Okay, and in the to be list, you can write down freedom, you can write down joy, you can write down what was the thing, choice. Okay, then go to the next one. Oh, in the next one, you are asking for ease in your body. So what would it be like if I had ease in my body? Oh, I would have well-being. My body would be relaxed, and my body would have would show up in a totally different way. It would show up as magic. Now these are the things that you can add to your to-be list. You can add magic, you can add relaxation, you can add ease in your to-be list, right? And in that way, go through your list of asks, and for each one ask, what would it be like if I had this? And whatever that is, keep adding it to your to-be list. And pretty soon, by the end of it, you will have like a huge to-be list. And here is the thing, you need not put your attention on your ask at all. All you do is you start looking at your to-be list, and look at your to-be list. So you have freedom. So can you choose to have freedom in the moment? So what are some of the things that you can do to have freedom? What are some of the things you can do to have joy? What are some of the things you can choose to have magic? So what you do is you start playing with that to be list, you start playing with each one of those energies that you have written on your to be list, and you start exponentializing each one of those energies. And guess what? As you start exponentializing each one of those energies, then what happens is that whatever you are asking for starts to show up. Remember in yesterday's video, I spoke about the side effects of joy. So the side effects of your to-be list is, again, all the asks that you have been asking for start to show up. Okay, so go do this. Write down your to-be list. Okay, so number one, write down all your asks. So you come up with at least 100. Number two, then ask the question, what would it be like if this shows up, and create your to-be list and start playing with all the energies on your to-be list. Now, number three, now this is the part which is really really crucial, and most people kind of don't even know about this, and this is actually what actually trips up your actualization, which actually stops you from actualizing things. Okay, and that is, are you vibrationally aligned to actualizing your asks? Are you vibrationally aligned to actualizing your asks? Okay, and basically what it means is that you may be asking for $1 million, but when I vibrationally look at it, you're not vibrationally aligned to it. So no matter what you do or you don't do, you will never actualize that $1 million because you're not vibrationally aligned to it. Okay, so in order to find out if you are vibrationally aligned to whatever you are asking for, you have to do muscle testing. Okay, so muscle testing is really easy. Just stand up with your knees softened, and then you tell your body, okay, body, tell me what is yes. And your body may start to sway in a certain direction. It might start to move front and back, and so that is a yes response of your body. Then you can ask your body, okay, body, tell me what is no, and your body may sway sideways. So that is a no response for your body. So now once you have determined the yes or no response, what you do is you start asking, go through each one of these asks, and you go, okay, am I vibrationally aligned to having $1 million? So, and you might get a yes, you might get a no. And in order for you to get really accurate results, put the word truth before you ask. So truth, am I vibrationally aligned to having $1 million? And I bet you for a lot of your asks, you will get a no response. Okay, and if you get a no response, then guess what? You will not be able to achieve that ask until you are vibrationally aligned to it. Okay, so how do you get vibrationally aligned to your asks? So here's what I have been playing with in my group Alchemy Accelerator. And so in the month of December, in the live call that I do every month, I had people show up with a lot of things that are going on in their lives. And basically what I did was I worked on vibrationally aligning them to whatever they are asking for. and it was so phenomenal, and people had such amazing things show up after that call that I have now decided to do 2 calls every month. And in every call, we are going to look at specific things, and I am going to vibrationally align everyone to specific things. So in the month of January, in call number 1, we are going to look at vibrational alignment with actualization of your asks. So whatever asks, whatever you have made a list today, whatever ask play that you have done, you can take each one of those, and we are going to do a vibrational alignment to actualizing each one of those. Okay, that is in call number 1. In call number 2, we are going to look at vibrational alignment with money, because we are also playing with money in the month of January in the Alchemy Accelerator. And what we are playing with is peace with money. So this is a new program that you are going to get access to when you join the Alchemy Accelerator, Peace with Money. And in call number 2, we are going to do vibrational alignment with money. And there are so many different aspects of money. I'm going to select one aspect of money, and we are going to do vibrational alignment around that, because that one aspect has so many smaller aspects to it. So that's what we are going to play with in the month of January. And the beauty of the way in which I do these alignments is that sometimes, if you're not able to be live on the call, you can listen to the replay and you will get the same benefits from it. And these calls are totally phenomenal. So come play with me in the Alchemy Accelerator, because in the month of January, we are going to play with vibrational alignment with actualizing your asks and vibrational alignment with money. So come play with me. The link to join the Alchemy Accelerator is under the video. You will be able to watch this video for the next 24 hours, and the Alchemy Accelerator is open, I think, for the next 2 days. So I will see you around, and thanks for listening to me. Bye.